So TTIS's main attraction, I would say, the print, the edit. And we'll go through the different parts of it, and to start up as the cover stories. We have absolutely interesting cover stories that are done by the students with the help of the editorial team week after week, as I say. And they do continuously the researches that needs to be done and get involved in it, and in the process actually learn much more than what comes out in the print itself. But that is the first thing towards the attraction. TTIS interviews. Every possibly one issue a month we have this Tigers on the Prowl one, where the Tigers go and interview different personalities. And it's not the local celebrities that we're talking about or the local personalities that we're talking about. They have this weird way of getting access, getting things done, reaching to the person they want to reach out to and get the interviews done. There's been one such instance where one of my class 7 Tiger student, a Tiger reporter, had been there outside the ITC Sonar in Calcutta until 2 in the morning when Shah Rukh Khan was supposed to come in. And he got a hold of him at that point of time. And seeing that poor chap at that middle of the night, the Shah Rukh Khan had to give him the interview. So that's the kind of ways and means that they take care of. Of course, others are high on trivia, which we call as the 4 corners. And of course, giving a healthy dosage of the current affairs in terms of the sports, environment, and a news capsule. Now, this is one of the biggest attraction in the recent period. It's called the Fun Zone that we have introduced about a year back. It's a dedicated full page of fun, and fun over here, given we're talking about 8 to 14 years, are word games, maths games, current affairs like the quiz crosswords and things like that. And of course, to fuel their hobby, we have different sections. And if you look, it's the movie review. Again, the reviews are all done by the student reporters themselves. The comics, the chess, and there are posters, which are like, I guess, the hottest of them all. Reader contests are something, again, as a discipline, we have taken it very recently in terms of, say, 1 year or so, which is a reach. There are many of them which comes out, and this is an example of one, and the responses that we continue to get. And it sometimes becomes unmanageable of how we track the response and get the winners out of that. So again, some more examples to the reader contests that you continue to do. And of course, there's the attracting readership through the School Connect themselves, where many schools have taken up TTIS to be part of their curriculum. And there are specific TTIS period that they take up every week to discuss the content. And then there's a way of evaluation, there's a way of discussion, and hence their engagement. And we do get a very strong positive feedback from the schools in terms of them helping to grow the readers, the cultivating the newspaper reading habit among the children. And along with this, as Mr. Alok was also saying, we have a number of on-ground connects with the students. If we talk about the football, that's the shootout 10 that we call the TTIS shootout. Then we have the biggest, possibly the inter-school fest, which is called the TTIS Challenge. This year we have had 135 schools across Calcutta and outside participating across 17 different disciplines across 7 days. And then, of course, we also have school workshops where students do participate. And then we have the on-ground connect not only to the students, but also with the influencers, where we do hold conferences and programs for the principals, for the teachers, for the parents. And lately, we have also been up with the website, the ttis.in, whereupon we are trying to do a cross-linkage throughout both the print and the web. One of the success ones we have realized is a quiz on the web on the content of the newspaper. So this really makes the students to read through the newspaper, go back on the web, and try to answer those. All these are also supplemented with a number of communications. This was done when we reached 1 lakh in the readership last year. There's in-school posters as well as normal brand campaigns that follow. So about a year back, when we did the last study with JFK mode, we realized what came out is that they would need more interactivity to be engaged with the product. So we did a number of changes to it, added the fun zone, sports, readers contests to this. And this was, of course, supplemented with a lot of communication. So I'll give you a teaser of what we did on the radio.
Daddy, guess what? I can now ride it, talk back, interact.
What's that?
The new TTIS. Sports, quizzes, crossword quizzes, scramble, jumble, one by one. Snatching prizes on the run.
Sounds like you're having fun.
It's awesome, Dad. Word games, celeb names. All I do is just enjoy.
What are you talking about?
The new TTIS. It's better than before.
And of course, there's been a lot of thrust in making it, the purchase and the accessibility of the product with an attractive subscription scheme, providing personalized benefit cards and other benefits associated with it, making sure that both in terms of the purchase of the subscription as well as the delivery is open in terms of both the school mode as well as home modes. And and of course on the cash sell points throughout Calcutta and beyond. So what we have realized is what the young readers, and we're not talking about the 20 years plus as we're mentioning about 4 to 14, what they would need. One is the communication and availability. First of all, they need to be aware that there's a product out there which they would be interested upon, and the availability thereafter. They would need a lot of reader engagement and involvement, both in the print and outside. As we have seen on the on ground, the Tigers community, the website. So it is not only the print itself which will give them, but print must give them interactivity and engagement as well. And of course, so the basic thing is, a very strong edit product. That would have to be the base of a successful young reader connect. So having said that, what is the progress report? How have we been doing lately? And again, we go back to listen from the horse's mouth again. We start with the parent.
I definitely belong to that school of thought that people should read. That is what my thought is, and that's probably the reason we encourage her to go in for something like this. Yes, the time is an issue, but where they don't get much time, and it's easy to sit on the internet and know things faster than actually reading a newspaper. But I think parents should encourage reading habit, and the one step which you have taken is going to various schools and having this TTIS introduced is really a good thing. At least that's building in a feeling in them that they need to read newspapers as well. It should be just shouldn't be watching TV or internet and coming to know about things, because a newspaper is to read is to get the news. That's fine, which you will get much faster through other modes. But then there are certainly added advantages because you're involved with text, with literacy, and you're building a habit of being patiently sitting down, holding something in your hand and reading on.
Parent, let us see our target audience.
I am in TTIS for 3 years. I like it very much, and mostly I like the interviews with the famous people. It's very interesting. I like the posters given in TTIS. It comes to the TTIS comes in school, so during off periods I read it. The fun zone, particularly the fun zone, really good and interesting. The games over there, that's interesting, and the quiz. I try to solve. I try to solve these quizzes.
And the final one?
TTIS has everything we want. Fun zone, because there are many puzzles and games to solve, and in a class we sit in a circle and solve all the puzzles.